It's your girl Caitlyn Monae back with another nursing video. So I am currently at work. For those of you who know, I was terminated from my first nursing job, and I recently started working at a clinic. I actually work at two clinics. One is a testing clinic and another is an STD clinic. Today I am working at the testing clinic, testing for C19 and this is my full-time position currently. It's temporary. I think they might not need us by February 2022, depending on like how the rates and stuff go. So right now this is my full-time position. A recruiter actually reached out to me. It was a nursing agency reached out to me and was like, hey, like if you're interested, let us know. And now we're here. The STD clinic, that is a part-time position, and they technically are working around my schedule, being full-time working at the testing clinic, which is pretty cool. I feel like the STD clinic is very chill, very relaxed, very lenient. They're like, just let us know when you're available to work. So I have to kind of figure out a schedule to be able to do both so I can start getting my experience with the STD clinic. But for starters, this is like literally where I work. It kind of in a shed. So the patients come in through that way, through the door, and I basically test them. So I'll kind of give a quick video of how I go about doing that for my job basically. And also to note, they are paying very well. I'm actually getting paid more than what I was being paid at the hospital. So that is a huge pro. I'm excited that I don't have to work night shift anymore. My hours are normally 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. here at the clinic. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll show you a quick little tour of the things that I have to do when testing patients. So see y'all. Okay, so basically when we come in, we have to pre-register our patients. Now, some people may or may not do this, but I feel for me, it makes it go quicker when patients are coming in and out for their test. So pre-registration is basically verifying their name, date of birth, of course, and we have to ask the patient for a validation code. And normally they'll get that validation code after they like make the appointment. They can get it text to them, or it'll be an email. Sometimes if the patient cannot find that validation code, we do have a, what do you call it? We have our own default confirmation code that we can put in. So it's the validation code for pre-registration, and then we have to verify their insurance. Although this is a free test, for whatever reason, they have to have their insurance on file. And then the third thing would be basically just putting in that they're getting tested for COVID. And that's pretty much it as far as pre-registration. I'm still kind of going through my patients. I have had 2 patients so far. And yeah, we're on a roll. I'm just trying to get through. We can see up to 25 to 30 or so patients a day. Again, I am here from 9 to 6 p.m. with an hour lunch break. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's very simple, very easy. And that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Oh, so as far as with me getting started here, I started maybe 2 weeks ago. Training was only like 3 days, which was fine because it's pretty simple to do basically what I'm doing now. So when I started, I basically did the orientation online. 1 second. And that's the Lumira in the background making all the noise. So yeah, I'm just looking at the messages that one of the nurses is sending to our group chat. She works at a different site, and she had a lot of patients that were double booked. So I probably need to pay closer attention to my time. So right now, I'm not seeing any double bookings. 12. I think I should be okay. Feel like I should be okay. Another thing with testing here, you can see patients when I started 2 weeks ago, you will see patients every 10 to 15 minutes. Now it's like every 5 to 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how people are booking. So I literally think around 10 or so, like I have an appointment at 10, 10:05. What's after that? Then I think 10:20. So it kind of, you never really know. You just got to pay attention to the time. And it's very important that patients come on time, because I hate to turn someone away if they aren't showing up at their allotted time frame. Because if I were to take someone and they're past their time, technically they could be taking someone else's time, and it's just going to keep pushing people's appointment further and further back. So we don't want that. People got to be on time. And once I kind of finish up with doing my pre-registration for my patients, I will give you a quick run through of kind of how I do everything and go from there. See y'all. But yeah, so just a quick overview. This is where I work. This is where the patients come in at and they do their testing. And yeah, this is where I sit, this is where I chart, and over here this is where all the testing is done at. So when I come in, I dress in my full PPE, wear my N95 mask, and if a patient comes in, I ask for their name and date of birth, the reason why they're getting tested, and basically just kind of move forward with it all. Initially, when I started 2 weeks ago, and excuse the Lamera in the background, it's currently running a test. So 2 weeks ago when I started, we would have to get vitals on our patients, so getting their temperature and getting their pulse ox and heart rate. Just recently, this past week, we have been told that we don't have to do that anymore. We just need to have them come in and do the test. So after we verify insurance, date of birth, and everything, I will basically take this Lumera strip here and get a Q-tip. There we go. And one of the extraction buffer, I guess that's what it's called, I don't know. So basically, once the patient gives me their specimen, I have them do it on their own. I'm going to tell you and show you what I will tell my patients when they are getting their specimen. So I will tell them to take this Q-tip here, to go about 1 inch into their nose and do big 5 circular motions or inside the perimeter of their nose. And I will tell them to hold it for 15 seconds against the wall of their nose and then take it out. Same thing on the other side using the same Q-tip. Once they are finished, I have them put their Q-tip inside of this vial here. And I kind of just like make sure I get all the gook and boogers and everything into this little specimen vial here. And once I do that, I put on this little top here and I just kind of screw it on. I shake it up, shake, 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 and then I will put it on the testing strip, and then I'll show you that in a moment. Specimen and shake it up and do what I have to do. I will put in the patient's information. So we use the Lumeras to test for C19. So I will basically go on the patient test, put in their last name, their first name, date of birth, and their gender, and then it will take me on to the next step, which will basically be putting in the testing strip. So I'm not going to open this because I need to use these for future patients. Basically, I will open this up, put the test strip in, take the vial, shake it up one more good time, squeeze the specimen onto the testing strip, close it up, and let the Lumera do its thing. So that's basically it. Again, this is where I'm at when doing testing. We have a trash bin here, we have our biohazard bag, and then over here we just have information about C19 that patients can kind of look at there. They have their own hand sanitizer on that side, bleach wipes, paper towels, tissue, everything that they need to get through with the test. So now that I've pretty much been doing testing for the past week or so, I would say that I can get patients in and out within 1 to 2 minutes. And as far as the test goes, like the Lumera takes about 12 minutes. And within those 12 minutes, I take a picture of the results on our work phone. And once I take that picture, it goes automatically into the patient's file. And once it's in the patient's file, I have to go back in and chart what the results were. And after that, the NP signs it off and they get a text message with the results right away. So it's very, very fast, very, very quick. We also have another testing type of test, which is like the molecular PCR. I think a lot of people are familiar with the PCR. So with the PCR, I think that takes a little bit longer. I think you get your results within a day or two. And if patients sign up for that, they have to like kind of go around the corner of where I am in the pharmacy line to do that test. But for me, I do the antigen C19 testing basically. Hey y'all, your girl is tired. I done seen at least 30 to 40 patients today, and literally only one person did not show up today, so I've been pretty busy back to back. But I just wanted to come on here and say, when it comes to testing kids, I think the youngest we do is 3 years old, and normally I will have the patient do it, or the patient's not the patient, because a 3-year-old will not be able to understand what I'm telling them, but the parent of the minor, those who are younger than 17 or 16 years old, they will accompany the child and help the child with obtaining a specimen to get tested. So I have the parent take the Q-tip. Either I will have the child sit on the parent's lap where they can just kind of rest their head and they can swab the patient that way. So with the kids, it's fairly simple. Just have the parent do it for them, or if they're of age and can follow directions, they can do it themselves too. I clean up tonight. I basically turn off the lumières, wipe the lumières down, clean off the chair that's behind me where the patients sometimes sit at, clean off this plexiglass with a special wipe that we have for the plexiglass specifically. Turn off the computers, take everything inside because we can't leave the computer outside. So I would take this inside of the clinic, and that's basically it. Just making sure I'm wiping down everything, taking the trash out. Pretty busy, although this is very simple. This is definitely easy money right now. And yeah, but it can be very tiring and sometimes boring. I'm currently like reading a book. If I'm not scrolling on social media, I'm trying to be more productive and more proactive with things that I do throughout my day. So yeah, currently just charting. I have about maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got about 5 more patients. Yeah, and then as far as like lunch, we do have a 1-hour lunch break. I typically will bring a lunch. I'm trying to eat more healthier, so today I brought like a yogurt, which I didn't even eat. I will have like my protein shake, some Skinny Pop popcorn, what else, my water of course, and what else did I have? I think today I had like peanut butter and banana like on some bread. It kind of gives you, that was more of like a breakfast, but I ate it for lunch. Yeah, I'm kind of full right now, so I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight, but I would say that I am definitely happy that I was able to get this job after everything that happened 2 months or so ago with just the whole hospital thing. I've definitely been in great spirits because God has something else planned for me, and that's just kind of where I'm at right now with it. I also have some things in the running of becoming an entrepreneur. So I'm currently in the process of laying out the things that I'm trying to do and things that I'm trying to achieve by spring 2022. So I will keep y'all updated with that. I'm not going to say too much about it right now because it's still in the works and I'm still getting things in order. But yeah, so I'm excited for what's to come. And I'm excited for this entrepreneurship to take off. Okay. Again, I'll keep you guys updated with that, and yeah, stay tuned for my future videos. Bye. Don't play game with me. I value these hits like I play tennis. I dreamt this shit. Now I live it, don't picture. I live here at the top of the titty, said I run this shit. How I try to with the pizza body.